shits. So I like what I like.
Okay.
And niggas be looking. That's why I'm always a homie to a guy, cause I'll sit there and be like, bro, would you smash? So shit. That's just me. So that's how that happened.
That's the conversation.
Exactly. It's a conversation.
Yeah. We can talk about that later.
But yeah, today's episode is how social media can become your full-time job, how you can make money off of just making people laugh for 30 seconds. And the perfect person that we have in the room for that, your favorite African right here. So can you kind of really go into depth of how you got to where you are on Instagram? Okay. Even if the people don't know out there how you are?
Okay, well, it started in high school. Well, actually, it started with Facebook, and I was just making videos, and then one day I just seen, like, I had, like, 100,000 views on Facebook, and so I was like, let me start. Oh, first on Instagram, it had just pictures. It didn't have videos. And then when they started doing the videos, I just started doing pranks and stuff, and out of nowhere, it just started popping off. And like we was talking about earlier, you don't really get paid through Instagram, but you get paid through promotions. So like people would just like hair and stuff, like they'll send me hair and they'll be like, if you post 3 pictures, we'll pay you $100 for each picture that you post or something like that. So if you're constantly on Instagram doing this stuff 24/7, you could really make a lot of money. Like it's crazy.
Wow. So can you like tell us more about how like someone can get connected? With doing stuff like that, like what would be your advice as far as like how to get like that type of business or side hustle started?
Well, a lot of people think that you want to like make connections with like big name Instagram people, but unless you're their friend or family, most likely you're not going to get in contact with them because they usually don't respond back to DMs and stuff. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I would just say keep doing it. Like don't give up, and always keep your page. If you're trying to like make a lot of followers, keep your page on public until you make a lot of followers, and then you make your page on private so that people have to follow you to watch your videos. And then
that is a good strategy. I never thought about that.
I have a question for you actually, because a lot of the times we don't realize when you get big on social media, you have a huge influence on people. You know what I mean? And there was this one young lady who I don't even know her name. That's crazy. She had recently posted on YouTube a story about her. She was this light-skinned pretty girl with loose curls, and she was talking about how she was bullied when she was younger, and she pretty much was saying like, oh well, it was just all the black nappy-headed girls, they hated me.
Queen.
Yes, there we go. And she's definitely gotten a lot of backlash for what she said, and I can feel where she was coming from. I know you was coming from a hurt place, and obviously I believe everybody's been bullied in some sort of way, but the way that she projected her hurt was hurting a lot of other people. You know what I mean? So are you like very self-conscious about your social media a lot of the time, or do you push positive platforms for people to talk about, or you know what I mean? Like how do you work your own personal beliefs within your following? You know what I mean? Knowing so many people follow you.
Okay, so with social media, I used to feel like I couldn't say certain things just because, like, I didn't want my family to see it. And I knew a lot of kids followed me, so I tried not to curse and stuff like that. But then when I got to college, I wanted my videos, not the prank videos, but more of, like, the advice videos and stuff like that. I wanted it more to be about me. And, like, I don't want to think about what I say. So if I have to curse, I have to curse. Or, like some advice stories, like, some people are not going to, like, like Cardi B, like, certain stuff that she says is like, oh, my God, And hopefully one day I can get there, but I feel like the only time I can like be truly myself on social media is when I like pay my own bills, so my mom can't say anything to me.
Mm-hmm. I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I really do. Questions?
No problem. The power of influence.
Oh yes,
it's a crazy thing, ain't it? Huh?
Listen. Kanye West has lost his damn mind.
No,
girl, see, I'm behind.
Oh, cause this nigga forgot he was a nigga.
Let me.
Listen, y'all knew Kanye was gonna end up that damn way. He been with them goddamn Kardashians.
No, I knew that was gonna be that way.
No.
Since his mama passed, that nigga ain't been the same.
What? That nigga been
No.
off.
Certain albums just be like this.
His mama
Kanye.
knew. His mama
Fuck.
knew that boy was off. He just stopped giving a fuck. Okay? That nigga said, bitch, do you know how much money I make? Can you tell me shit? This nigga's daughter's name is North.
Last name West. So if you ever lost, Northwest is the way.
And you thought that shit was just so cute, didn't you? So original.
But this is no, cause I blame her.
I
Naming
blame
that
her.
child North then started an uprising, all that the whole
The
family.
whole family. Stormy.
Oh.
All of this.
People
I'm
have
like,
Wait,
named their kids
and didn't she
four
name
before.
the child Truth or some shit like that?
No, somebody
Chicago,
got a baby
one of them
named
Chicago.
Apple. So celebrities been doing that, okay? Celebrities been cutting up with the
That
names.
shit is the kid.
But that look,
You have such a like broad dictionary. You know what I'm saying? Like you're so poetic and inspirational. Why the fuck do you be picking these basic ass names for your kids?
North
right.
in Chicago.
And what the
Why
hell?
the fuck are you naming me after
Okay,
a state you're not
so-
from?
I'm not coming for
Yikes.
Beyonce whatsoever, but how the hell did you come up with that combination? Blue Ivy.
Her favorite, his favorite color, and her favorite number in the Roman numeral. Add a Y to the end. Blue Ivy. They said that shit's gonna be fucking fire.
It's crazy because their kids don't have to deal, like, you know, getting jobs and stuff. They're never gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah,
Ever.
that is
Ever.
very-
She gonna walk in there and be
I don't
like
know
this.
what
My
I'm
name
trying
is
to do,
Blue
though.
Azul. How are you?
What I'm trying to do though. Did you just say Azul? Azul Ivy.
No, Azul. She's like a bilingual bitch. You wanted an English one and a Spanish. What you want? When you interrupt this message, to give you a little piece of African from your favorite African. Say something in your native language.
Come in home. That means how are you?
What was I saying?
Girl, ooh.
Oh, what I'm trying to do though?
Okay. And what happened?
I'm trying to, go back and number one, rebuild Black Wall Street, and I'm trying to have a good distribution of wealth in our community. You know what I'm saying? So one day, I'm gonna start a celebrity back to college campaign
Ooh.
because the power of influence
Man.
states that people tend to do what they see others around them do.
Mm-hmm. This is true. You surround yourself around what you want to be.
The dots always do.
The funny part, I swear I'm bleeping that part
Okay,
out.
wait, sorry. Y'all heard what Kanye West said today, right?
Yes.
On TMZ.
No, what he said was talking about 400 years of slavery. It sounds like a choice. A choice where? I'm fucking black and they don't like me. I don't have a choice, nigga. It took a group of some to be like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck no more. What the fuck you gonna do? Kill me, bitch. You gonna need me later.
Yeah. But Kim said on Twitter, "I'm a slave for you," at Chris Humphries. And somebody quoted it and said, "Slavery is a choice, Kim."
I'm dead.
It's a choice, nigga.
Because he really cut up. He said, "Slavery sounds like a choice."
And bro,
You thought you was gonna kill him with that one, didn't you, Kanye?
it backfired on your ass. You standing there in TMZ looking like a buffoon while this nigga really reads your ass. Nigga, you lost. Where are you?
No, he really need help. He was trying to have his mom's surgeon as his album cover.
Yeah, they said, I saw that. And he was like, and I feel like that is a really big step, you know what I mean? Maybe he is trying to move towards a life of forgiveness, and I really hope he does. But also, I don't think that he said a tweet today, and he said something about like, it's hard being misunderstood, or something like that. And you know what I mean? If you feel like you're being misunderstood, why don't you try another avenue of communication to get your point across? Because obviously the shit that you're doing right now is coming off as the negative image that
Because
you're
we don't understand.
portraying. Yeah, I'm not seeing any positive out of anything you're saying. And if you think it's so positive, I really want to see what you see out of this. Like, I really want you to explain to me
Yeah, but it's
what you think that is okay about saying that slavery was a choice. I mean, I understand you were trying to say that we had numbers, but understand we were crippled. Like, there were, like, I don't think you understand, like, if you moved the wrong way, they shot you, like. They had his speech cut off, like, what?
because he
Like,
didn't say his name was Toby. Bitch, my name is Kunta. Kente, if you want me to be professional.
and had his damn feet cut off.
Name is Kunta.
Now, would you gonna still keep fighting? Because honestly, you watch Roots, and you see him become turn from this revolutionary, no, I'm about to fight my way out of this, to I gotta do what I gotta do to survive, to make sure my kids survive.
To be that example, or to be the example
Like,
of change that they needed.
Did you not read no history books? Did you not watch Roots growing up, Kanye? Like, did you just forget the storyline? Do we need to sit down, rewatch it, have a history session,
Look,
talk about the Black Panthers again? Like,
that's what he
what's
needs.
going on?
But this is what blows my mind. I just want you to clearly explain to me how those 400 years were by choice and not by force. What did she just say? We were great in numbers, but we were crippled. We were set there to think that we ain't shit, so we gotta do this in order just to stay alive.
Literally.
But it took a selected few to prove that over hell and high water, kill me if I have to be killed. I'm not standing for this.
And then where the hell did you think we was gonna go?
Oh, tell me!
honestly, Pause. I had to sit down and rethink for a minute, because really, even if we are in numbers, we are not at home.
I
We
know.
don't know where we at.
I know where he
And
was
all
going to
these
take
white
us.
people is around. So even if we do escape and we try to go somewhere else, a white person see us, it's a wrap. Like,
You was going
what?
to take us to Canada, wasn't
Like,
you?
what?
You wasn't going to take us back to
Where
Africa.
was we
Where were we going to go?
We wasn't gonna swim. What was we gonna do? Overthrow a boat? With what gun? With some rocks? We
Wait,
gonna throw some
what
slings?
boat we throwing?
You just really thought you was gonna kill him with that one. I feel like he had some plant that shit in his head. Like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him with this one. I'm like, chill, boy.
Got red to a fucking T. Oh, so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. Because I feel like you just needed somebody to reassure how crazy you were going.
And it's a wrap for now, but it's a wrap for me.
So upset about this man. So upset.
I don't know why people keep going to freaking Kardashian.
Is there something in there? Is there something in there? Is there something specialized in the body stream that just, it keeps bullshit coming when y'all go to them?
What are you talking about? Talking about Kanye. We was just talking about Kanye.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with him? Oh, okay. Yeah, something's wrong with him. Something's wrong with him. Alright. Bye. That was hella funny. The fact that she talked about him was just
What did she just say?
She was like, something's wrong with him. She sees him on TV. She's like, he must be mental or something.
This is not wrong with his mentality. Okay. Whew. Damn, that was a good laugh. I see why they gotta ask you, can I follow her? Jeez. Oh man. But no, I think everyone in this room has, in their own way, how they want to impact the world of social media through their own views of entertainment. Now we've seen your favorite African's way of it. That page is just blooming. But Key, she wants to start up a blog of her own. So let's get into that. Well, you gotta explain what it is.
Okay, so I mean, it's really still in the construction process. I really just am doing too much right now. I need to just get to the point where I can sit down. So writing has always just kind of been my thing, the way that I express myself. I've been writing in like journals for a few years now. I would really say that's kind of like just the way that I can express myself in, faith-based, growth-based, and that's how we really get that cracking. It's coming, slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
It's called I Am the Crown.
I Am the Crown. Did you explain what inspired you to name it that?
Stay tuned.
I feel like a fucking journalist, like trying to get the exclusive. Like, what happened? No, but me personally, me even trying to build up my own channel on YouTube just by seeing what it can do for other people, that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to make that my full-time job. But I'm always known to have more than one, so it'll be that and then something else. But when I look at how many people are on there and how long they've been on there, they didn't start getting endorsements or promoted or getting paid until 5-7 years into it, and that's just for the fun of it. So time.
I mean, but I feel like it's fun also. Like, I like experiencing, learning videography and learning, photography and learning how to thoroughly write out my thoughts so other people can understand it and, respond respectfully. Like, I really like molding myself into that type of person. So doing it to an extent for free is worth it. Because I think a lot of people also don't understand the time and effort that you have to put into this stuff. Like, those people who got, skilled very fast had to have sat down and dedicated literally their full amount of time. Like, that was their full-time job.
And I feel like talent plays into, that as well. Like, there's just some things that people grasp easier than, others. Like, things that you may have grown up around, but you didn't necessarily, notice how much attention you were actually putting towards that thing.
So I got a question. With the plans that everyone has going on, regardless of it regarding to social media or not, like, where would you see yourself if you were to be in your dream career within 3 to 5 years?
Like, where would I...
where would you see yourself in that spectrum?
Okay. If my dream were to come true.
Yeah, if your dream were to come true about the job, the field that you want to be in, the whole nine.
Okay.
That's your reality.
That's a question, boy, because I'm still trying to define myself.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really just trying to... I know, I can kind of more so identify with the emotions that I know that I will feel when I'm in that job or whatever. But as far as what that job specifically is, I don't know, because I feel like what I'm trying to do is almost something that hasn't been done before. So it's just kind of I'm walking blindly through stuff. When I see things that interest me or whatever, when it comes to my major and stuff like that, that's what I just kind of look more into and just see okay, well, is this something that I can see myself doing, or how can I use this to make an impact Like, I know I want to have my own firm, but it's like, okay, well, what all do I want it to include? But just last night, I discovered that, like, I'm really trying to have, like, have y'all heard of the Big Four?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ernst & Young. Like, I'm trying to have one of those, but it'll be, like, Black-owned.
Okay.
It will predominantly serve, like, Black people. Like, that would be my initiative. Or, like, you know, people of minorities. Color.
People of color.
I don't know how I'm gonna get away with that with the discriminatory laws, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like just based off of like business referrals, like I feel like that's probably gonna be how. Like I won't, you know, deny somebody like that.
If my dream were to come true in like 3 or 5 years, I'd want to be living in either New York or Atlanta, and I'd want to be working for a record label, and I'd want to be like a branding manager for the up and coming artists, a part of that record label. So, like, you know, I'm working their social media, making sure they're not saying nothing too crazy, you know, making sure they know how to, like, sit down and interview and not, you know what I mean, do what Kanye is doing and say too much and have the world in an uproar. Lord.
He's trying to wake them up.
You think it's a distraction, y'all?
Maybe, girl.
Like, you know, I hate being one of those conspiracy theorists that's like, it's a fucking distraction. But low key, you think it's a distraction because North Korea and South Korea just was holding hands.
Hello!
And skipping over their territories like, hey, what's going on?
My thing is, baby,
Hey.
whatever you
That
about
was
to do,
holding
let me know
hands.
so I can get the fuck out the way.
I don't care if you need to send me. I don't care if it's Morse code. I don't care if it's smoke signals. Give me something.
Hey,
All right, so while we're taking a break real quick, I just want to thank you all for sticking around and supporting and listening to Blunt Conversations. As you can see, it's really not much to read into. It's just me and my sister. Whenever we get together, we always have these type of conversations to where we're just blunt about every topic. So we're just really appreciative and very happy that there's people out there that feel the same way and that are also supportive of what we're doing. So just while we're on this little break time, I'd like to give that shout out of appreciation to those out there, as well as nothing in these conversations are promoted or sponsored or anything of that nature. This is all for fun, all for free, and hopefully one day, as we're all embarking on our own social media ladder, this can be one of the big things to look forward to in the future. Looks like we're done with this break time. Let's hop right back into it. Now, where we are on the topic, I don't know. We just got to figure it out together. Let's get into it.
Not necessarily go to college, but make it like, you know, have a job with a decent pay and have kids, you know, like be married. Like people don't plan to have divorces, you know.
that's very
So
true.
when that type of stuff happens, it's like, man, I really kind of like wasting my time.
I feel you
That's
on
10
that.
years of marriage, so I couldn't do it. That's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking, but shit, honestly, you just gotta feel that shit. You gotta be like, he wasn't the one, bro, and the one is out there for you. It really is.
Yeah.
I truly believe there is somebody out there for me, and there's somebody who's gonna love me for the rest of my life.
You just
I just gotta
can't
find
be. You
them.
just can't be bitter about the parting. Like that's what makes breakups ugly. It's like
Exactly.
people be bitter. They're not, you know, like they don't come to terms with the decision.
Oh, that's true. That's really true.
Are there any other questions toward the topic of this episode?
Honestly,
I thought we were just having casual blunt conversations. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm good. I just want to say, like, you know, for the people out here who do listen, I really do think you should follow everybody and just watch how we grow. Because I feel like we are going to be great people in life. And sometimes, you know, you just need somebody to say, hey, you're doing great. And that pushes you a lot. So watch us grow and see how our platforms, you know. And hey, if we start slipping and don't do the stuff that we talk about doing and, you know, creating the platforms that we want to create, be on our head, bro.
Oh, real. Oh, that's real talk.
Do that too, you know what I mean? Don't let us forget.
You want to sit here and be like, I'm going to be here for my partner, I'm going to be here for my partner. If you going to hold yourself accountable, hold them accountable just as much. If you want to see him win and he want to see you win, let it be a mutual thing. Encourage each other, not just yourself, even though you're going to grind twice as harder.
And go on officialblackwallstreet.com. Go on. I needed some water.
Go on.
Go on officialblackwallstreet.com. Oh my gosh, what?
Almost died. Hold
on, I'm about to find another one. Hey, do y'all got tumblers? You should definitely get one. One, black tumblers wit as fuck. 2, black tumblers woke as fuck. You gonna read about a lot of shit and learn a lot of shit.
I go on Black
But you gotta
Tumblr,
follow the
I
right
feel like
people
it's
because there's
doing
a lot of porn on Tumblr too. People.
trying to get to where you're starting to be. Renee. Never gonna pass it up.
What was your question?
Yeah. What advice would you have for someone who's trying to get to your starting point?
If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. And believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. You got to believe. Lena Horne sang that song. Y'all know what song that is?
Mm-hmm. Glenda the Good Witch. No, you see, no, your black stuff.
Yeah.
It gets you far.
Alright, y'all. Do y'all watch anime?
You always ask me.
Videos?
Huh? videos? No,
Baby.
You're hilarious.
What kind of videos?
What kind of anime are you talking about?
I'm talking about like the shows, the TV shows.
Not that 30-minute shit.
But there's like I'm dead.
Oh goodness, I'm dying.
And okay, there's one that I think will interest you, and then there's another I think you should watch after you get really interested. So the first one is called Kakegurui.
Is it on Netflix?
Yes, both of these are on Netflix.
Okay.
And
Say it again.
Kakegurui.
Kakegurui?
Mm-hmm. And it's about this rich high school. It's this rich private school
So all the kids, like their parents are CEOs or company owners of, you know, top brand companies or whatever. And they have a lot of money. So the kids have a lot of money. And you know how after school you would go play basketball or go do cheerleading or, you know, extracurriculars? Their extracurricular was gambling, but everybody gambled. So like after, you know, we finished school or whatever, everybody went and they went to go play games and gamble. And you were either, you know, a regular person who could gamble, or you were like a slave. And the girl slaves were called mittens, and the boys, I can't remember what the boy slaves were called. You would have them, and then you would have the regular people, and then you would have the student council. And those were the top, like the top gamblers. They were the richest people, the richest kids. I suggested it to a lot of my friends, and they wanted to watch gambling from there. But the second one that I suggest is called Death Note.
Death Note.
And it's about this book that's called The Death Note. And they're owned by these big things called Shinigamis. And they're kind of like gods. So they have these death notes, and they pretty much write people's names in them. And when you write someone's name in it, they, in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, they die. And
That's crazy.
you, within those 6 minutes and 40 seconds, if you write out how you want them to die, they'll die that exact way.
That's crazy.
And y'all should really watch that shit, because the story gets crazy as fuck.
No, I really want to watch that.
It's really good. It's only 35 episodes, and then the story's over. But I'm almost done. I'm on like episode 33. Have y'all ever watched The Office?
I love The Office.
The Office is funny as fuck. Hilarious. I didn't laugh for the first 3 seasons though. But after I got past that, it was really funny.
No, it's funny.
It was really, really funny.
The black guy is hilarious.
Have you lost your damn mind? Stanley was disrespectful, boy, all the time.
Well, yo,
What?
that's all I got. Shout out y'all social media handles so they can know where to find you.
They so trifling for making this.
Follow
dress
me
for
on
me
the
for them to
gram
follow.
at Habasha King, and follow me on Snap Keydon8. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say 5 days. Go ahead, it's okay. Follow me.
Yeah.
You can follow me at _fearful.eyes. EYES.
All right, man. We on a better things in life right now, so we out.